Good morning. Here is your daily threat briefing for Tuesday, February 18, 2025. Top malware reported in the last 24 hours. XCSSET malware resurfaces, targets macOS. Microsoft has identified a new variant of the XCSSET malware targeting macOS users. This version employs enhanced obfuscation techniques, updated persistence methods, and novel infection strategies. Notably, it continues to target digital wallets, extract data from the Notes app, and steal system information. The malware now generates payloads more randomly to evade detection and utilizes new methods to inject itself into Xcode projects. Additionally, it has improved mechanisms to maintain persistence after system restarts. Pirate FI Game distributes VDAR Info Stealer. A free-to-play game named Pirate FI, available on Steam from February 6 to 12, has been found distributing the VDAR Info Stealer malware. Approximately 1,500 users downloaded the game before it was flagged and removed. Affected users are advised to reinstall Windows to ensure system integrity. Those who installed the game should also change passwords and enable multi-factor authentication (MFA) on potentially compromised accounts. The malware was cleverly concealed within the game files, raising concerns about user safety despite Steam's security measures. New Golang-based backdoor utilizes Telegram for command and control. Netscope Threat Labs has uncovered a new Golang-based backdoor that leverages Telegram for command and control (C2) communications. Believed to be of Russian origin, the malware acts as a backdoor upon execution, checking if it's running in a specific location. If not, it replicates itself to that location and initiates a new process. The malware employs an open-source library providing Golang bindings for the Telegram bot API, enabling it to receive commands such as executing PowerShell scripts, relaunching itself, and self-destruction. Command outputs are sent back to the Telegram channel, facilitating covert operations. Top vulnerabilities reported in the last 24 hours. SonicWall firewall authentication bypass vulnerability exploited. A critical authentication bypass vulnerability in SonicWall firewalls, identified as CVE 2024-53704, is currently being actively exploited. This flaw allows remote attackers to bypass authentication mechanisms in Sonic OS, potentially granting unauthorized access to network resources. SonicWall has released patches to address this issue, and users are strongly urged to update their systems immediately to mitigate potential risks. Palo Alto Networks PANOS authentication bypass flaw. Palo Alto Networks has addressed a high-severity security flaw in its PANOS software, tracked as CVE 202500108. This vulnerability permits unauthenticated attackers with network access to the management web interface to gain administrative privileges, enabling them to perform unauthorized actions, alter configurations, or exploit other vulnerabilities. Users are advised to apply the latest security updates promptly to protect their systems. Google patches vulnerabilities exposing YouTube user emails. Security researcher BruteCat discovered vulnerabilities in Google's People API that could leak email addresses associated with YouTube channels. By exploiting these flaws, attackers could obtain the underlying email addresses of YouTube users, potentially leading to targeted phishing attacks or privacy breaches. Google has since patched these vulnerabilities to prevent such data exposure. Top scams reported in the last 24 hours. Russian threat actors employ device code phishing. Since mid-January 2025, multiple Russian threat actors have been conducting social engineering and spear phishing campaigns targeting Microsoft 365 accounts. These attackers impersonate high-profile individuals, such as officials from the US Department of State and the European Union Parliament, to deceive victims into joining fake Microsoft Teams meetings or secure chat rooms. The campaigns exploit device code authentication, allowing attackers to gain unauthorized access to accounts without requiring user passwords. Organizations are advised to implement robust security measures and educate users about such phishing tactics. Fake Adobe Drive X app abuses Microsoft login for credential theft. A phishing campaign has been identified wherein attackers use a legitimate Microsoft login page to trick users into granting access to a malicious application named Adobe Drive X. The attack begins with a phishing email resembling an Office 365 password reset request, containing a link to an authentic Microsoft authentication page. After users enter their credentials, they are prompted to grant permissions to the rogue app, which then gains access to their email and profile information. Users are urged to verify the authenticity of permission requests and be cautious of unsolicited emails. If you need a penetration test, a vulnerability scan, a cybersecurity assessment, or want to discuss stealth virtual overlay networks and how they can reduce your threat vector by 95%, click the link in the description or on our profile and set up a 30-minute intro call.